Welcome to English Weaver. Today you will hear the dramatic life of Margot Robbie. This story will help you learn English through simple sentences. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Margot rose from a small town in Australia to the bright lights of film. Her journey had talent, hard work, and a brave heart. We start with a hook to pull you in. She is known for daring roles and strong acting. She brings emotion and truth to each part. This tale will share her hopes, fears, bold steps, and hope. You will meet the young Margot, see her breaks, and learn how she grew. The story will move through key moments and simple lessons about life and art. Stay with us for a story full of emotion and real lessons. After listening, think about what you can learn and share your thoughts. Now we begin Margot Robbie's journey. Margot grew up in a small town with wide skies and quiet streets. Her home was simple but full of warmth. She learned early to notice faces and feelings, and she loved stories. Her parents gave her space to play and to dream. They worked hard, and they taught her to be steady and kind. This steady love built her early calm and courage. As a child, she watched films with wonder. She mimed scenes and practiced lines in front of the mirror. Acting felt like breathing, and it made her heart bright. At school, she joined small plays and music classes. The stage gave her joy, and small crowds cheered softly. Each clap made her more sure that she wanted to act. Her days mixed study and play, chores and imagination. Simple routines taught her discipline. Quiet mornings and late nights both shaped her patient way of working. Friends called her lively and focused. She kept a sharp eye on people and their moods. This habit helped her later to play emotional scenes with truth and care. Margot read a lot, and she loved tales of brave women. These books gave her models and quiet courage. She learned that small choices can change a life. Family time often meant shared meals and warm talks. Her home felt safe, a place to try new acts and strange accents. Support at home became her steady base. She found play in simple things, like pretending and small performances. These moments were practice. They were also a way to understand others and to feel brave on stage. Teachers noticed her focus and gentle boldness. They encouraged her to keep trying. Praise at school was small, but it mattered. It lit her next steps. When she was a teen, she chose drama more and more. She spent weekends at rehearsals and evenings learning scripts. Her goals grew clear, and her steps grew steady. The town felt small, but her dreams felt large. She learned that limits can push creativity. The quiet life taught her to listen and to look for chances. Margot learned to work with others in plays and projects. Teamwork taught patience and listening. She learned that real scenes need trust and openness. At times, she felt unsure and small. Those moments taught her resilience. She learned to keep going, even if her voice shook in the first lines. She took small jobs to help at home and to save money. These tasks taught her responsibility and humility. She learned that success asks for steady work. Some nights she feared failure, and some days she wondered if the world would notice her. Yet she kept practicing, line by line, scene by scene. Her family cheered her on when she spoke of leaving for the city. They knew dreams need risk. Their quiet confidence made her brave enough to go. Moving away felt like stepping into a new weather. She felt both scared and excited. The city seemed loud, but it also offered new doors and new friends. In new places, she met people with different stories. These meetings widened her view of life. She learned new accents, new habits, and new ways to play. Early feedback was not always kind, but she listened with care. Criticism taught her to shape her craft, not to break her spirit. She used each note to improve. She learned that small kindness can matter more than big praise. A quiet teacher, a kind director, a patient friend often changed her path more than a loud cheer. Her youth taught her to keep curiosity alive. She watched people closely, felt their tensions, and stored those moments like small treasures for future roles. She discovered a love for truth on stage. The best moments were simple and honest. She practiced to make small truths feel large in the heart of the audience. Childhood gave her a soft courage. It was not loud. It was steady work, patient practice, and many small choices to show up and try again each day. These years built her craft and her character. They gave her tools to face the strange world of film. They taught her to remain humble and to keep learning. Looking back, her early life seems full of quiet training. Each small act of play, each book read, each shy applause quietly shaped the actor she would become. She kept a simple rule from childhood to respect each person she met. This rule helped her on sets and in life. It kept her grounded and kind. Margot's childhood was not a tale of instant fame. It was steady steps, slow practice, and family warmth. That steady path made her hunger and her heart. In private moments, she still returns to those early lessons. She remembers the small-town sky, the warm meals, and the early applause that first made her smile. Those roots stayed with her, even as lights grew bright. The childhood that taught patience, honesty, and steady work became the deep soil for her bright acting life. After small roles on TV, Margot moved to bigger stages and films. She worked hard, learned quickly, and waited for one big chance. Then, an important role changed her life. In 2013, she joined a bold film, acting with great names. Her face came into view for many people. The world began to watch and to listen to her work. That film let her show fierce energy and quiet moments at once. Directors saw range in her craft. She proved she could hold a scene with skill and calm. After that break, offers arrived. She chose roles that felt risky and on purpose. She did not pick only safe parts, and that choice made her name grow fast. She played both comic and tragic parts. She moved from romance to dark drama, always looking for truth in small gestures and real feeling on screen. Margot did action work and deep character work. She tried accents, learned to skate, and changed her voice when a role asked for it. She trained hard and stayed humble. Her work in a biopic showed her skill in a raw and human way. She met real people, she watched old footage, and she practiced for months to make the part feel true. She also took part in big studio films that asked for bright energy and bold choices. These parts let her show both star power and playfulness to wide audiences. In 2014, she helped start Lucky Chap Entertainment, a company to make films and stories for and by women. This step moved her from actor to maker, and it shaped many projects. As a producer, she learned new skills. She read scripts, found directors, and helped shape the tone of a film. This work asked patience and sharp taste. Lucky Chap backed small, brave stories as well as big films. The company aimed to give space to voices that were not always heard on main stages. Margot's role choices often balanced art and the crowd. She took indie projects to grow, and she also did big films that reached many hearts and many countries. In some films, she was lead actor and also a guiding voice behind the camera. This double role showed that she wanted to shape the stories she loved. Her performance work won critical praise. Reviewers pointed to her courage in choice and her clear emotional reading of scenes. She kept learning from every director. One film earned her top award attention and an Oscar nomination for acting. That moment proved she could carry a film deeply and with strong truth. She did not let praise make her slow. Instead, she used the attention to pick new stories and to help other artists find their place. Her aim was creative growth. Audiences loved her in energetic, wild roles. In other films, they saw her quiet, reflective side. This contrast made her work feel honest and wide. She also trained for physical roles. She learned choreography, stunts, and ways to move that fit each character. This bodywork showed her devotion to craft. At times, she chose roles that were playful and strange. She helped shape films that mixed humor, style, and deep feeling, which made viewers both smile and think. Margot worked with many noted directors and actors. Each collaboration taught her new techniques and new views on storytelling and performance. Her name became linked to both bold films and careful art. People began to see her as an actor who could do much more than a single type of role. Then came a film that became a global event, a movie that mixed bold design with a deep look at culture. It reached millions and opened new conversations. That hit made her a star at an even larger scale, and she shared credit as a producer too. The film's box office and cultural reach changed many ideas about what such projects could do. Being a producer on that project gave her a new voice. She could push for details, cast choices, and small acts that deepened the story and its heart. Her work as producer also helped bring new filmmakers into view. Lucky Chap-backed projects that later won awards and found strong audiences worldwide. Outside film, she also learned about business and teamwork. She worked with partners, negotiated deals, and protected creative ideas with care and calm. Critics and awards bodies took notice over many years. She earned nods from the Oscars, BAFTA, and other groups, and she was named in lists that marked her influence. She also used her growing platform to highlight strong writers and directors. Her choices opened doors for new stories and fresh voices in the industry. As her career grew, she kept a simple rule: to choose work that felt honest. She chased truth in each role, and she kept the joy of acting at the center of her days. These years of work and choice made her name a mark of craft and care. She stands now as both a vivid actor and a steady producer, shaping stories for others to tell. Her rise was fast, and fast changes can bring fear. Fame asked new skills and a new life, and Margot met this with steady focus and a curious heart. At first, she felt joy and shock when offers came. She moved from small sets to big crews, and each new call time felt like both gift and test. The bright lights also brought hard eyes. Paparazzi and online talk could be harsh, and privacy felt small compared to the crowd's questions and rumors. Early in her film rise, she told stories of bold auditions and wild moments. One famous audition story of a daring choice helped her stand out and win a key role. Sudden fame meant learning to say yes with care and to say no when work felt wrong. She learned boundaries by trial and by careful talk with close friends. Not every role fit, and not every script found an audience. Some films did not earn the praise she hoped for, and that taught her to keep learning and to adapt. Typecasting was a real fear, as some saw her in one bright image only. She fought this by choosing varied parts and by taking risks that showed different sides of her craft. Playing bold, loud characters sometimes led to strong fan reactions. Those reactions could be loving, but sometimes they became sharp or unfair, testing her calm and resolve. Working on big studio films brought new pressures. Fans, studios, and critics all had ideas, and balancing their voices with her own vision became a steady challenge. Behind the camera, she met harder tasks as a producer. Budget choices, crew needs, and deadlines taught her that making film asks both heart and firm decision-making. She learned to lead with respect and clear choices. Production work asked patience and a new kind of courage, one that listens, plans, and acts in small, steady steps. At times, online voices grew loud and cruel. Social media could twist a line or an image, and she learned to protect her peace and to choose which voices to heed. Being hands-on at Lucky Chap meant many long hours and heavy care for small details. She often read drafts, watched edits, and stayed close to each step of a film's life. That work brought pride, but also tired bones. She needed to balance art and rest, and to ask for help when the day became too heavy for one pair of hands. Critics sometimes divided on her choices. Some praised her warmth and range, while others missed parts of a story or the tone she aimed for, and that felt tough to face. In a notable turn, some projects that aimed high did not meet box office hopes. Even deep work can meet a cold wind at the ticket counter, and that hurt the team. One film drew sharp audience and critical reaction, and its poor box office left many puzzled and sad, despite the care behind the cameras. This type of loss taught her that art and money follow different maps. A brave film may fail now and yet hold seeds that grow later if cared for with time. Online threads once blamed her for a film's poor ticket sales, and some voices used cruel labels about her star power. These moments taught her to focus on craft, not rumor. Public blame felt heavy, but she used it to learn rather than to break. She kept meeting directors and listening to the team, and she kept making choices that felt true. Fans also argued over creative cuts and versions of films, and she learned to step back when debates grew sharp while still defending the work she loved. Personal life and work needed balance. She found that strong friendships, family voice, and clear limits were the only true guard against a tired, lost heart. Sometimes she doubted her path, and sometimes the noise made her wonder if she could stay brave. In these times, she sought quiet counsel and rest, and small steps forward. She learned to turn critique into tools, not walls. Notes from directors, careful reviews, and honest friends became maps to sharpen her work and to grow in skill. Failures did not end her. They bent the path, but did not break it. She kept saying yes to learning, to new roles, and to the slow work of shaping a long career. In public, she held a calm face, yet inside she often replayed scenes and rehearsed her craft with new rigor and soft humility. Practice became her refuge. As a leader, she had to make tough calls, and some of them did not land well at first. She learned that brave leadership sometimes means learning from mistakes in public. Over time, she built a small team she trusted. They shared the load, held late calls, and gave honest answers. This circle kept her grounded and helped her grow. The lessons of struggle were simple and hard. Work the craft, guard your heart, choose your team, and listen more than you speak in the noisy rooms of fame. These hard years made her steadier. She carries the memory of doubt and of sharp nights as fuel for a kinder, wiser, creative life, and she keeps moving forward. Margot's work grew into more than acting. It became a way to shape what films could say about women and power. She learned to turn attention into action, with calm care and clear goals. Her success felt mixed with duty, as she used each new chance to lift other voices. She saw the stage as a place to listen, and the camera as a way to hold truth for many people. People began to call her a leader, not by title but by action. She chose projects that asked questions, not only applause, and she used her fame to open small doors for others. Her choices in roles showed range, from comic light to deep pain. This range helped viewers see different lives, and it made room for stories that were once small to feel large and true. As her name rose, so did her chance to shape projects from the start. She moved behind the scenes to help find scripts, to lend voice to directors, and to protect bold ideas. She learned that producing asks new muscles, like care, taste, and steady patience. It meant long reads, careful notes, and sometimes hard talks to protect a story's heart and meaning. Lucky Chap became the tool for this change, a small company with a loud aim to help female voices and new stories find a place on screen. The company began in a room of friends, and it grew with a clear rule to back brave projects. This step from actor to maker showed a deeper wish to shape culture, not only to join it. Her work as producer let her say yes to unusual films and yes to women directors. She helped stories that felt true get made, even when the road seemed hard and the money small. Fans saw her take care with scripts and casting, and she learned to trust her instincts. She trusted teams that spoke honest truths, and she chose partners who shared a kind of brave patience. Awards followed some films, and nominations came like quiet marks of long nights and small triumphs. These honors mattered, yet she kept them in a small pocket and moved on to the next craft. Her acting nominations, and later a producing nod for a global hit, showed that she could carry art both in front of the camera and behind it. These moments widened her voice. The global hit brought joy and debate. It was a playful look at culture that also asked deep questions about identity, work, and how stories shape us. Many people talked for weeks after. That film's reach made her feel the weight of influence. She used it to back other films, to raise new directors, and to show that scale can be used to lift smaller stories, too. Her work changed simple expectations. A star could be a maker, and a maker could be gentle and fierce at once. She taught many to think again about what a career in film could be. Critics argued and fans cheered, and both voices mattered. She learned to accept praise with grace and to study critique with care, using both as maps to sharpen the next choice. As a public figure, she became a model for young artists who wanted to make work that mattered. They saw her choose risk, and they saw her keep kindness in the long, hard days. She spoke about craft, and she spoke about practice. She told young actors to be curious, to read scripts slowly, and to turn small notes into stronger work day by day. On the business side, she learned to balance art and reality. Making films asks care for budgets, for people, and for time. She learned to push for beauty while holding a steady plan. Lucky Chap's mission was clear, to give space to stories and makers who were not always given a voice. This simple purpose moved the company to seek fresh, brave projects. Her influence spread beyond awards. She inspired a new generation of producers and actors to build teams, to start small companies, and to say yes to work that asked for truth. She also used her platform to speak for fair treatment on sets and to back writers who brought diverse views. Small acts like these changed how some sets worked, slowly and kindly. Her legacy is not all fame. It is the people she helped and the stories she kept alive. Films she backed gave writers a first chance, and some of those films now teach in schools and workshops. The lessons she left were plain and strong. Work the craft, choose your team, protect your peace, and use your voice to open doors for others, even when the work is small. She taught that success is not only applause, but also how you lift others on the way up. Real success is a shared table, not a single chair under bright lights. Many viewers learned to see film as a place for honest talk, and many young artists found courage to try. Her steady choices made room for new voices to be heard and to grow. In the end, her influence is both a mirror and a map. It shows what one person can change, and it offers a path for those who want to make art with care and with heart. Now we close Margot's story with calm words. Her life shows art, courage, and steady care. She worked with heart, learned from loss, and shared success to lift others. This story asks us to value craft, to keep learning, and to help friends and teams. Success can be kind when we protect people and give chance to new voices. As you leave today, remember that steady work, small choices, and true listening shape a long life. Talent needs practice, and courage grows from small acts. Thank you for walking this road with us on English Weaver. We hope the simple scenes helped you learn new words, feelings, and steps to grow in art and life. If you loved this tale, please like and subscribe for more stories that teach English. Your support helps us make more gentle, real lessons for learners everywhere. Now tell us, what can we learn from Margot Robbie? Share one idea in the comments. Your view helps others and starts a kind talk about art, work, and care. Want another story or a lesson on a skill? Say the name below. We will bring more tales that teach English and life, full of feeling, clear speech, and small wisdom. See you next time, friends, and keep weaving English into your life with joy and courage.